Good morning, British time, which is 11 o'clock. How are you guys? I'm here to just discuss and review Dr. Zimani Zimba's interview on Caribbean TV last night. The interview was close to 2 hours, and he said a lot of things. And guys, we cannot ignore, and anything to do with our incoming president, Brian Mundubile, you know that I will respond and I will speak about it. So guys, tell me where you're watching me from. Like we said, we are in an election year, and some of us have given ourselves time to always come on social media to speak. And no, I'm not paid to do this. I'm doing this for the love of my country. You can check my record, back history. I was actually an aspiring member of parliament for Manali constituency. So from my background as a politician, I can assess, I can comment, I can recommend those I feel are fit for office. I know some of you guys may say, oh, maybe I don't have anything to do, that's why I'm speaking. No, I'm actually a qualified human rights lawyer in the United Kingdom at the University of Ulster, and I've got a degree in social work as well. So anything to do with community, human rights, count me there. Actually, it was because of my master's degree, LLM, Gender Conflict and Human Rights Law studies, that equipped me to do what I do now. Because one of the modules, we had an advocacy in using film. Yeah, so that's how come we were told you need to create a video in order for you to advocate for the people, or whatever things that you're doing. So that's how I started my YouTube as far back as 2019. If in case you're wondering why I'm always commenting, it's not because I'm a blogger and I want to make money on social media. My page is not even monetized. You can see my videos have no adverts running. I do this for the love of my country and for the love of the incoming president, Brian Mundubile, and of course, the person I endorsed as the incoming vice president, Tasila Lungu. So guys, tell me where you're watching me from. So you know that this year we're going to vote out the UPND government. And I am here to plead with you to make the right decision. Share and tell me where you're watching from. Bakuvota. Bakuvota. Kamani Bavoti. Kamani Bavoti. Kamani Bavoti. Kamani Bavoti. But you're ready. And that's a part I like. But you're ready in danger. Thank you so much. Oh, we're 100. Thank you so much, guys. So last night, Zumani Zimba was live and he was speaking. And also we've seen our almighty Mbappe, Mao Sampa, responding on the social media page. And I don't understand Mao Sampa anymore. Like, I don't understand you. Because if we are talking of opposition coming together, we expect you, Mao Sampa, to rather bring in progressive commentary that brings people together. But when you now come to social media, every time trying to distract the people, to try to talk negative about the people, you are not bringing about opposition unity. What the Tonse Alliance stands for is opposition being united. And you, Mao Sampa, and your group of elders, you had a meeting calling it Tonse meeting, without the original members of Tonse. And you called the election process where Brian Mundubile was elected as duly elected as the leader and the president of Tonse Alliance. You called it illegal. Now, sometimes I wonder, how you people embrace certain people. I've never looked into the history of how Mao Sampa sold the party to Hakainde Hichilema. I've never been interested because I know him on a personal level as family. But now when I see him, he's trying to distract people to say A, B, C, D. I say, no, let me look into this matter. Family aside, let's look at this thing according to what you did in the history. How did we come about this stage where we don't have the political party? And I've downloaded so many videos, and I've also downloaded videos from Zumani Zimba so that we can listen to that. So in the first instance, let me just send a message to my young man who wants to send me a video on something else. Send it here. I've seen you send me a video on the other line. Can you send it to this line, please? Thank you. This is Lillian Mutambo's other line. Okay, let me play you this.
They are political spoilers. We are the Tonse.
Sorry.
They are political
Hold on. Okay.
spoilers. We are the Tonse Alliance. We created it and we own it. And we have a legitimate and duly elected president, Colonel Brand Mundubile. That's the Tonse Alliance. So there's not another Tonse Alliance. Those are political comedians and spoilers or masqueraders. Now, on the expulsions, you see, where I come from, you can only be treated to be an adult and you can only be respected based on how we interpret your word of authority. In your house, Mr. Pili, you have children. Nipase mans. Mwana chaenda chuzigaba chaenda sowera panji chiseka. Hello, iwe nipaseko mbale panja hiyo. Ifan fakepo mango. Then your son walks away, runs away. You start laughing. Are you going to say you're a respected father? They don't respond to your demands. Even your wife. My wife, I'm hungry. I need something to eat. She walks in the kitchen, gets the food, eats, and then she walks out. And then you remain hungry. So meaning nobody takes you serious, both your wife and your children. That's what it means, isn't it? They have been suspending and expelling. I'll use that word. The same people, they have been expelling, suspending, expelling. When they meet, they are suspending, expelling. But no institution is responding to their expulsions. Meaning nobody takes them serious. These are the same people who start to say, well, they expelled those who are members who voted for Bill 7. They said at some point, it was on media. I followed it. We have expelled you as PF MPs because you voted for Bill 7. Did the Parliament respond? No. Did ECZ respond? No. Was there any by-election for those who were expelled by that gun? No. Meaning nobody takes them serious.
Call it a gun?
A political gun. Because I don't want to call them anything, because I don't know who they are now. Whether they are PF, because it's like people just masquerading. So we have expelled the MPs, the full number of MPs. Nobody was expelled, by the way. Those were empty air expulsions. Parliament never responded. ECZ never responded. The MPs never responded. Everything is as it is. Now they are saying, oh, we have also expelled those who have attended the Tonse General Congress. There shall be no by-elections because Parliament will not respond to them. ECZ shall not respond to them. Then when they sit, how do they take themselves serious? So, if those institutions don't take them serious, why should we in Tonse Alliance take them serious? The people expecting them don't want to take them serious. ECZ didn't take them serious. Parliament didn't take them serious. Why should we take them serious? So you see how the drama has been reduced to zero. What they pronounced politically amounts to zero, in my view.
Right.
Parliament won't be affected. ECZ won't move.
Okay, so that Dr. Zumani Zimba, who has responded during the interview with KBN, saying whatever expulsions that are taking place from another camp, we don't count it because these people, nobody pays attention to them. Now, for me, what baffles me is, yes, we want opposition unity. Yes, we want to work together. But must you put the very people that sold the party to HH in the front line? And in this case, Mao Sampa. There is a post, let me put my phone on charge, by Mao Sampa responding to Dr. Zumani Zimba. And he doesn't respect him whatsoever. Mao Sampa wrote, PF was doing well in power until that doctor theories was allowed to join and brought classroom fake strategies which led to PF losing power. He possesses spirits of losing. I thank God he never showed up in Chawama, otherwise we would have lost. Now, take a reflection in Mao Sampa's statement. Mao Sampa, you've been a member of parliament, you've been a mayor before, and we've seen how the Patriotic Front ran their government. And I remember when we used to talk about the Chinese, and you, Honorable Mao Sampa, were asked to apologize to Chinese investors, and you apologized. And I know that apology was under duress. You had a lot of things that you bottled up through that, and you always wanted the presidency. And HH knew that he's not going to work as much as he could. So the best is to use you to dribble the Patriotic Front. Now, according to people who are part of the PF for a long time, they say, if you follow Mao Sampa's post, he started disrespecting Edgar Chagwa, telling him he's retired. He's wherever he is. And because of that disrespect, you caused a convention, an illegal one, which took the papers of the Patriotic Front. Now, for me, I don't like speaking without evidence. When I Googled Mao Sampa, PF president, what came up, I was in shock. You know the English that I'll speak. I was flabbergasted, dumbfounded, every word you can think of. I couldn't believe it. That this is the very person you parade as the current SG of the PF of Lubinda section. Our elders, when we speak of unity, it doesn't mean you start working with the very people that sold the party. After selling the party, they now tell you, let's chase Mundubile, let's chase this one. This one works with, and you're also following. What if Mao Sampa's job has not yet finished? What if he had to come back to pretend he has apologized, and then at the end of the day, he will divide? Yes, you can forgive somebody, but how sure are we that this person has totally changed? Because all I see is destructive posts on his page. When they won in Chawama, Mao Sampa was the first person to say, we have won, it's our victory. No, I came here on a live stream, I said, no. That victory was to all opposition as a sign to UPND to say, the Zambian people don't want you. And finally, it was because of the people of Zambia honoring Dr. Edgar Chagwa. When I saw this video, I couldn't believe it. Mao Sampa was even on ZNBC. First time I'm seeing this. I just downloaded. Hold on. ZNBC Live. This is the same Mao Sampa that is calling Tonse Alliance of Zumani Zimba, the one that Edgar Chagwa formed with the Chon Tembo illegal.
Honorable Mao Sampa is casting his vote, and we wish him all the best.
That's Chawinga there. He was featured on ZNBC. I couldn't believe it.
I accept you wholeheartedly. I'll work for you, the people. Thank you very much for the vote. Mine is to unite everybody. Everybody is welcome. I don't have an enemy. Me, my enemy is only 2 minutes. And I don't keep a grudge. This is politics.
Mr. Mao Sampa is a suspended member. The nation will remember that we announced his suspension together with 3 other senior officials. He is not allowed to hold any activity in the name of the Patriotic Front or in the name of the leadership of the party. We urge Zambians to ignore the processes that took place. The activities are illegal. So is Mr. Mao Sampa.
Okay, so that was Mao Sampa, elected as the Patriotic Front president. A contract with Hakainde Hichilema. This contract did not come free. Obviously, it came with money. Today, we'll see Mao Sampa parading to say he is Tonse. Now, Zumani Zimba has explained. I watched his interview. Me, I like to listen critically for 2 hours. He said when Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, may his soul rest in peace, was part of UKA, he was reduced to a nobody. The way they were running the organization, they were not respecting him. So him, Zumani Zimba, Sean Tembo, came up with Tonse Alliance. In the house of Edgar Lungu, Zumani Zimba went to present Tonse. And ECL said, if you want me to join Tonse, I have to come with Edith Nawakwi, Dan Pule. These people have been there with me. So that's why I've put their pictures here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Brian Mundubile. So when Tonse Alliance was formed, one of the people who was disrespected Uka, which brought a lot of noise and Uka now is dead, was Peter Chanda. Peter Chanda was kept in one corner. And Zumani Zimba said, if you want to join, you'll be, rubbing shoulders with Edgar Chagwa Lungu. That is how Zumani Zimba wrote a letter and gave it to Peter Chanda to announce to say he has left UKA and joined Tonse Alliance. So when ECL moved into Tonse, he moved with the ECL movement, the followers of ECL. He never moved with PF because he said if he moves with PF, they will come and they want to destroy. If they've destroyed PF, what more an alliance? So he just carried a few people, and the first person that he asked to carry was Nakachinda. Nakachinda will start bringing people one by one. But for now, let us be the few of us, and we start selling Tonse. And he was made the chairman, the top of Tonse. So when you people, you are calling Mundubile's election illegal, and Mbappe there is trying to show that he is the one who has a real Tonse, it's an insult. People can forgive you, Mao Sampa, but your character just shows that you are there to divide the opposition. If truly you are there to unite the opposition, Mao Sampa should have taken a back seat, not even being given a position of SG. It makes me wonder what your position is. Okay, this was GBM, Brian Mundubile, and many of them complaining about Mao Sampa's election. How then do you pose today that Mao Sampa is campaigning in Chawama, so because he's campaigning, now he's a SG? But given Luwinda, I don't even understand how you people are getting along. Because you complained that Mao Sampa's election was illegal. How then have you brought him close and made him the SG? Listen to what GBM said when Mao Sampa became the president of the Patriotic Front. I downloaded these videos. First time in my life watching them. We're watching them together. I just downloaded. Copy, download.
Naba ishirele ngokutila ube president 2021 niba PF bene kulia bakukene bakusumina nombale kankwebe na bakusula na bamanefo waba you are a tribalist. tribalist. Whatever Kambwili at the tribalist, whatever GBM was in tribalist, whatever president was wearing was in tribal. Nobody will not share for to the Muma ministry. If when they feel and the Kambwili. Nifuetu haimini kutila tukae ku conference tukaesalwa ovakasalapo tukasapota nomba vatusha elo vaisabula ulawine muntu nawo alefwaya kuva president onomba vapera na vakapokola vachalo avati wetu wakulaita protect, so that means very biased. Elo lekeni mweve ala ava mutumine ni bantu ba UPND nyakainde ichilema nomba lekankwe bakainde ichilema alolele telela fe mauzi sampa tapali yako bakamusumina yo ukwamba mu parliament na bamukana ukwamba ku constituency na bamukana CF onso wachine na mukana mauzi sampa icho tulela ndokutila ati mwewe na Zambia stand up and be counted. Kane ni mauzi sampa ba PF icho PF bapangile yapwa hakainde ichilema na UPND te yesu yo twakana mwechalo Wanzambia.
Okay, that was GBM complaining that Mao Sampa is working with Hakainde Hichilema. But by this time, they had already changed the documents. I will now show you a video where Mao Sampa said his names have gone through. And to see you, sir, coming to claim Mundubile is illegal. This Tonse is illegal. Shame is free. Look, I told you people that you can talk about Mundubile before I joined. Now, Tawesha wetata. Pali BM, Tawesha. I will come for you. You talk, I come. You talk, I come for you. You are not going to come in between what we can see is a breakthrough because of your selfish desires. Mount Sampa, you have money. You can pay 1 million kwacha bail. The Zambian people cannot even afford 2 kwacha. So stay in your corner and respect our president, Brian Mundubile, as a Tonse Alliance president, duly elected. This is unacceptable. Now let me show you how Mao Sampa said, Baleamu kufuatika. Hold on.
That's why fingerprint yakipita within 1 hour. Bantu as clean and clear as water. So that's where we are. We are waiting for response from the registrar. They are doing their own processes so that we change the ownership. The president will change from the former president Edgar Lungu to the new president Mao Sampa. The SG there's no SG, but there is Simwela, but resign, you all know. So anybody else is masquerading, there's no SG for PF, but as of yesterday, the SG is Morgan Mona, and we've put that name, and once stamped, he'll be the official SG. Even the media, if you want to speak to the SG of PF, call Mr. Morgan Mona. If you want to speak to the president of PF, not acting or chakuti, president Mao Sampa. But if you have enough talk time to waste, you can call hijackers, you can call those who masquerade if you have a lot of talk time, but if you want to talk to the president of PF, call Mao Sampa.
Okay? Waluwinda, Mao Sampa kujwe masquerada. What are you doing with Mao Sampa? Like seriously, I want to understand your relationship with a betrayer. Because what he did is the reason why you don't have the Patriotic Front now. What is going on? Like, make me understand. Are you people being given money somewhere or what? someone done juju, I don't even understand. He called you a masquerader. Today, you have appointed him as SG. Chased away all Mundubile's people. Then you come and do a presser.
If we don't impose ourselves on people, we allow the people to vote. Yes. They came all the way. They are tired where they are. Most of them left yesterday, but the few, some of them, they only arrived where they came from 2 days from now. Yes. So they came to vote and put the vote, and we believe when people put the vote, it's irreversible. Thank you. It was just to thank everyone.
You see? So that was Mao Sampa masquerading as a PF person who was elected. Now, this is Bagiven Rwinda complaining that Mao Sampa, he shouldn't be the president.
A dark cloud has been cast on the Republic of Zambia. However, this is not surprising for us in the Patriotic Front. It has not come as a surprise for me. Those who have been following my press briefings will recall that I've been very consistent in calling out Hakainde Hichilema as a dictator in the making. I've said many times that all the activities of Hakainde Hichilema point to the fact that he is working towards creating a one-party state. I've also stated before that just the mention of the name Patriotic Front makes Hakainde Hichilema have goose pimples. It will be recalled how the UPND New Doom government started by questioning the office bearers of the Patriotic Front. Instead of having only 10 names, we ended up submitting 15 names, all to try and ensure that their plan to deregister this party does not succeed. We also reported to you, countrymen and women, that this is the only organization in Zambia that was compelled by the police that in clearing the names of office bearers, they must present their curriculum vitae. There is no organization, not even the UPND, was compelled to provide CVs for office bearers. Only this party was subjected to that kind of treatment. It will also be recalled that, as Secretary General said, when they stopped our MPs from contesting seats in Kabushi and Kwacha, we ran to the courts of law because we're a civil political party. We know how Hakainde Hichilema did not respect the ruling of the court. He compelled the ECZ to proceed with the elections, even if there was an injunction that was existing. That matter is still in court as we speak today, so allow me not to delve into it too much. But this is an indication of the fact that we're being governed by a man who in the afternoon says he's going to rule by the law. He's going to govern by the rule of law.
Okay, so now you can see how he was complaining, because at this time now, their party was duped. And today, you are posing with Mao Sampa. ZNBC even aired Mao Sampa's convention.
Opposition Patriotic Front PF President Mao Sampa says he has met American Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez, as part of stakeholder engagement for the opposition party. Mr. Sampa, who however declined to disclose the full details of what was discussed when he met Mr. Gonzalez, said the PF will hold a number of meetings with the international community through diplomatic missions as one way of strengthening the party. He said in an interview with ZNBC News that the stakeholder engagements are a part of the opposition PF's rebranding campaign ahead of the general elections in 2026.
So we're engaging all the stakeholders in the country and in Africa and around the world. So the Americans are just one of the many stakeholders in Zambia. So we started a series of engagements
with a lot of the diplomatic corps. Those are available to meet us so that we can exchange notes with them. And we've done this before, even before the PF Extraordinary General Conference. We've had several meetings. So I'll meet the Russians as well. We'll meet the Chinese.
Okay, so he was featured on ZNBC. And to be honest, I'm shocked that you guys even take Mao Sampa seriously. And that is why when we are asking for opposition unity, we don't expect the very people that destroyed the party to be in the forefront trying to separate and say all sorts of things. And opposition unity will only happen if people like Mao Sampa stay in one corner and keep their mouths quiet about Tonse alliance. Because what he did, honestly, if it was places like West Africa, by now, he would be on the other side of the world. I'm telling you. You cannot betray Edgar Lungu like this. And then after you go without papers, you go with papers, come back without papers, and then you now want to start delving in the affairs of Tonse. Honestly. Webane. Ivo Sumzachita.
Kano has managed to pour 11 votes.
Those were the results.
I, Maurice Malambo, being the returning officer on this election, I therefore declare candidate Mauzwalia Sampa, who has managed to poll 2,901 votes, as duly elected this day, the 24th October 2023, as the PF party president. Thank you so much.
Okay, you can see how people rejoiced. After they rejoiced, poured powder on him, he appointed Morgan Ngonga as the SG. That is how they sold the party. It is now time to listen to Zumani Zimba, because you needed a little bit of that background to understand that nobody should come on social media to pose as you are illegal, Mundubile, you are doing this and that. Instead of working together, they are rather trying to spoil. They are spoilers. They are spoilers. Us, we are ready to unite, but you are busy spoiling.
The rest didn't lift their hands. They voted against Peter Singam, and it's your law vote. After that meeting, Professor Puli and Sean Tembo said, no. We will not stand this embarrassment of the former president. We need something else. Sean Tembo called me. He explained what happened. I said, no. I've always known that UKA is undermining politically our father and our former president. We can create an alliance. We can design it tailor-made for him and all his followers countrywide. That's how we met at Mlungushi village restaurant, myself and Sean Tembo. We discussed the idea of the name, the concept, justification, the two of us. And he assigned me to draft the
1 minute. Let me put it here for you, so that you watch it nicely. Okay? Because we need to make sure you get all that is happening here. Okay? Okay. Okay.
And he went to design the logo. This logo, you see, it was designed by Sean Tembo. He paid for everything himself. This document, it was done by me. Later on, I engaged my friend Debbie Wangola and Caesar Simukonda, the two lawyers, to finalize the document. After I worked on it, so you as lawyer, finalize it for me, help me. And the ECO said, yes, let the two lawyers help you. When we finalized, we went to present to ECL, this is an alliance tailor-made for you and your followers. We want you to leave UCA because of the political embarrassment.
Darlings,
Okay, let me skip.
business with bad backside.
So that's Zumani Zimba, Dr. Zumani Zimba, explaining how UCA was formed. UCA was formed initially to help ECL, but then they were disrespecting him, so they now made Tonse.
If Danny Pule, Sean Temple, and Edith Nawapi join me as the former president, I don't want to destabilize UCA if I just walked out. I need my key allies. These were his key allies in UCA. And I said, Your Excellency, I'm honored to mention to you that Sean Temple is already on board. I'm working with him, he's the one designing the logo. And he said, I'm very happy. I'll talk to Professor Pule and Madam Nawapi. He talked to the two, he convinced them. And he told me and Temple that the two are on board, therefore let's go ahead. It was the third or fourth subsequent meeting, which call was ECO called the Tisa House in Chifwema. That's where Peter Chanda was called and Rit Musoma. And the CEO presented Tonse Alliance. So I can say they formed with me, us, when we are presenting the constitution to them. So he's not even a 60th member. He joined like many others who came later. The five I'm talking about are the key stakeholders in terms of founding Tonse Alliance. Had Edith Nawapi, Madam Edith Nawapi refused, had Professor Pule refused, and Sean Temple refused, ECA wouldn't have left UCA. There was no mentioning of Peter Chanda. Peter Chanda in UCA was treated as an underdog politician. He was not even sitting in the Council of Presidents. It is the Tonse Alliance Constitution which would design that all political party presidents will be sitting as one in the Council of Leaders. UCA had a political discriminatory structure. If you have never contested the presidential by-election, you can't sit in the Council of Leaders. By virtue of just running a briefcase political party, you are not qualified and fit enough to sit with them. So Peter Chand was sitting in the kitchen of the UCA leadership structure, not in the bedroom. It was me who told him, no, join Tonse Alliance because you'll be sitting in the Council of Leaders with ECA. And the very day I presented the concept Tonse Alliance in ECO's house to Peter Chand and Britim Soma, they too said we have joined UCA. I said, no, so if you make a media statement tomorrow. I said, no, today. Help me to draft one. It's new drafted for Peter Chand to leave UCA, to announce that he has left UCA and he has joined Tonse Alliance. The same day, we presented Tonse Alliance project and as an alliance to him and Britim Soma. To Professor Pule, we're not presenting it for the first time, Ocean Temple. We are just managing them to get an impression that they are coming with them for the first time. We had already been working with them in the background, me and the President Edgar Chagwanongo. So it's a five. But to answer your question here, it's a five case record I've mentioned. Right. The people are calling that General Congress illegal. They don't even know when Tonse was formed. They don't even have the idea why the name Tonse.
That the team did not know when Tonse was formed.
They don't know. They were just brought on board by ECL later on and SD Nakachinda. Because from the PF side point of view, ECL entrusted Nakachinda. He didn't trust his vice president, Honorable Rubin. I'll be lying. He said, Zimba, you should work closely with Nakachinda. Nakachinda is going to help me to be bringing them in one by one. Those believe in PF party too much. So if you bring them as a gang, they'll destabilize the alliance. So Nakachinda was a focal point person for ECL who he trusted to manage the PF one by one. Because ECO had already told us that we are going to use the ECO PF movement, not PF party. So, remember, so we are very careful in terms of managing them. Because some of them, they were submerged in the idea of fighting Chabinga in court. ECO had already graduated because he felt betrayed when Mao Samba grabbed the party from him and he threw it in the hands of the UPND and HH. So ECO, even by the time he was going to UCA, he never went with PF. He went as a movement, ECO PF movement. He went as in himself with his followers. He was sitting in UCA as Edgar Chagwanongo. And he started poaching his PF loyalists into UCA one by one. He never wanted to do PF as a party. Whatever Mundubile, for example, she was poached and put in UCA by ECL. He recommended her. Aline Dipili from Central Province, he poached again from PF, put her in UCA. Had UCA cooperated with ECL, ECL wanted to migrate his loyalist members countrywide from PF into UCA. They would have become UCA members. So when we are creating Tonse Alliance, that's the framework Steve was using. Not everyone was interested. I've seen Professor Law now claiming to be Tonse Alliance. She was not on the table. I've seen Madame Jean Kapat. It's quite shameful for her even to pronounce the word Tonse. She was not on the table. She didn't even know when it was formed and how. I've seen Mao Sampa, the man who sold PF from the hands of PF members and ECL, he threw it in the hands of HH and the UPND. Politically, the man betrayed his own PF members and the former president. Today, I see the man dancing around as Tonse Alliance. We formed Tonse Alliance for ECL and all of the PF members who are stranded and all of us because Mao Sampa and Chavinga had sold PF to UPND. How can a political Judas Iscariot who transacted PF to the UPND now become Tonse? Does it make sense to you? For us, it doesn't make sense. And then is he calling us to create a Tonse Alliance? Illegal.
Illegal. You see?
They are political masqueraders. They are political spoilers.
Mao Sampa is Judas Iscariot in your face.
Political, yes. And in the eyes of the PF.
With Monday.com's intuitive work.
So that's Dr. Zumani Zimba explaining how Mao Sampa duped the party from Dr. Edgar Chagalungu, who was the president. And for some of us who are just, getting to know things that happened, and we try to help you guys and speak for you, and you call us haters, you call us names, well, you have it. Your Judas Iscariot sold your party. And at the end of the day, if you follow these same people that went to Hakainde Chilema and sold the Patriotic Front to the highest bidder, you are going to lose. And HH will be a one-party state. So we have been calling for opposition unity even on TikTok yesterday. All those who are supporting whatever candidate, come on board. We have Tonse Alliance. Many of you people may be saying, why can't Honorable Mundubile come and be vice president of so? The question is, what does that person have to bring on the table? Do they understand the vision of Edgar Chagalungu? Were they part of these meetings? You come from nowhere to say you want to be president, and MPs, more than 30 or 40, should come and submit to you. They don't even know where you're coming from. It doesn't work like that. Brian Mundubile was a leader of opposition. He stood tall, he stood strong. He's never, ever, 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 ever betrayed Edgar Chagalungu. And that is why some of us have even decided to endorse his daughter as a vice president, because she's the only person, me personally, who is not PF, I can trust. Politicians have become very greedy, especially in this Hakainde Hichilema's regime. How could you betray ECL like this? How could you sell your party, a legacy that was built by Michael Chilufya Sata, to HH? How could you allow Robert Chavinga to take over? How could you go and sign the documents at the Registrar of Societies and change them in your names, and then come back today and say, no, that Tonse Alliance is fake, we are the real Tonse? Mao Sampa, you being fair? You're not being fair, because you clearly sold the party to the highest bidder. So then there's a compilation that was done by, okay, here there's a video as well by, hold on 1 minute. I like to send this to myself so that I keep it. Okay, so.
PF was doing well in power.
If I was given a preference among the PF leaders in terms of who I would wish the Tonse Alliance, the new Tonse Alliance chairman.
And that's your personal view, by the way,
Yes,
just to underline that.
Yes, that's my personal view. If I was given that preference, I think I would put my choice on Honorable Brian Mundubile. I think he's sober, and I think he can take us somewhere. You understand? That's my personal preference.
Okay, that's Sean Temple. He formed the Tonse Alliance. He was found with Edgar Chagwalungu, Zumani Zimba equally. And when people voted, they voted. Others chickened out. And ECL strategically put Tonse Alliance as just Tonse Alliance without PF because of the confusion that is in PF. Your party has been stolen. And some of you people, when you look at even the elders, when they're saying, oh, we will get our party, we'll get our party. It is gone, gonest. Akainde Chilema has taken it. And we only have how many months before the elections? How many months before filing in? We're January, February, we're February now. March, April. We have 2 months to file in and they're still waiting for the papers. Can we work together and unite and leave Chabinga with the papers? Because I've been told that Hakainde Hichilema wants to put someone to pose as a patriotic front president. You're going to lose out by wasting time. Because most of those people that will be on the ballot will be Hakainde Hichilema's people. The people in the villages will be confused. They'll think PF is back. Let's start selling Tonse Alliance. We have a president already. Let's start selling the vehicle. If it's FDD, we'll go for. Let's start selling FDD. HH na nyongama partions. Na ikatana kuliwa Sebastian Copland. It's going everywhere. But if you are there, somebody will go on Facebook, today na lafi pasa, na lafi pusha. What are you finishing? Ula pusha banan. You are in the diaspora in Manchester there. You are in America there. I'm here in the UK. Are you suffering? No. At the end of the day, we'll have to for who to suffer for the Zambian people because your candidate is not the person that people want. You must go for the people's choice. And nobody's imposing Mundubile on you. But you don't understand the type of leaders that you're working with is that some of these leaders are compromised, highly compromised. And you don't want to leave it too late. And even if they're fighting to say, I want to be president, they may never even appear on the ballot paper. Because that's part of the agreement. Is to bring confusion and then chicken out at the last minute and say, I've got a court case. I can't stand. And then Hakainde Hichilema goes to the polls unopposed. Stop being jealous and being cowards. We have tried by all means to bring you together. And now this week, because last week something was supposed to, but this week expect something. And when that announcement is made, I'm sure the sign will be clear. Because we don't just speak from anywhere, from without. Some of us are blessed. We have eyes to see the future. And as a grassroots politician, the only way to honor Edgar Chagwalungu is to work with Tonse Alliance. If you mean well, you will not go and have a meeting elsewhere and say, we are the legit Tonse Alliance. Ow. The person who formed Tonse Alliance is Zumani Zimba. The one who did the logo was Sean Temple. How do you now claim to say it's our Tonse? Come on, guys. Come on. We can do better than this. We can do better than this. Okay, so there's this video here. VRR by Danson.
PF was doing well in power
That
until
was
that
Mouse
car
Sampa
doctor
said.
theories was allowed to join and brought classroom fake strategies, which led to PF losing power. He possesses spirits of losing. I thank God he never showed up in Chawama, otherwise we would have lost.
Miles, wake up, man.
Well, they are going to go and have a look. Of course we'll have a look.
How can a political Judas Iscariot who transacted PF to the UPND now become Tonse? Does it make sense to you? For us, it doesn't make sense. And then is he calling us to create a Tonse Alliance? Illegal. They are political masqueraders. They are political spoilers.
Sampa is Judas Iscariot in your face.
Politically, yes. And in the eyes of the PF. That's a man who transacted. He grabbed PF by force. Through whatever convention he designed. And When he was reconciling with ECL, we were very hopeful that you come with PF papers. He came with his fingers. Who was the fingers on the table? The PF remained in UPND with the papers, with Chavinga. So his political relevance to PF is zero. To me. So such a man cannot be made to be at the helm of Tonse Alliance. I will say or no. In 2019, before I was appointed, I was engaged as a political consultant by the PF party through Honorable Davis.
Okay, so if you remember, Mao Sampa has said the reason why the Patriotic Front lost was because they appointed Zumani Zimba as a strategist. I remember when Zumani Zimba was appointed, he used to write a lot of things about Edgar Chagwa on his page, and then he was appointed. But by then, he was told, he was telling the Patriotic Front a lot of mistakes. So when he went in, as an outsider, you go into the Patriotic Front and start giving them advice. Anye is you. Personally, I'm experiencing that now. You cannot advise PF and they'll listen to you. Let me put this here. They will never ever listen to you. They have their own beliefs. You are not PF. Who are you? You just came from somewhere to come and advise us. Oh, she was working with HH. She's the one who made sure that we lost. I've tried to tell them so many things. They will never listen to you. So I believe Zumani Zimba, as he speaks, to say, I went in. These are the advices I gave. And they never listened to me because they had their own opinions. And by the way, Mao Sampa, the reason why Dr. Edgar Chagwa lost was because a lot of things were going wrong with the Patriotic Front. And you need to acknowledge that. Don't look at the Patriotic Front as you were saviors of Zambia. No. We had cadres that were burning money. We had cadres that were moving around Zambia, collecting people's money. We had cadres going into offices and chasing people. We had cadres who were more powerful than the police. We had people who were just misbehaving around the country. And we, the Zambian people, decided to get rid of PF as a form of punishment so that politicians should learn. And even Hakainde Hichilema too, he will be punished the same. So that him too, he should learn to say, I should have listened. They were telling me that we have no opposition. The opposition in 2026 is not PF, it's the Zambian people. PF is just a spice and a salt. But the Zambian people, they will rise against Hakainde Hichilema, and Hakainde Hichilema will definitely lose the 2026 elections. I know that there's parliament going on now, and the president of Ghana is in Zambia. That's a president who's doing a lot of things for his people. What is HH doing apart from taking people to jail, chasing people from mining? So when we are looking at all these things, let us not be told fake stories about individuals because they don't like the individual. After you've done Mingalato, you have collected the party, given it to HH, you now come back and start pointing, Mundubile, you are fake. Zumani, you are fake. Jean Tembo, you are fake. Edith Nawakwi. Zumani Zimba is a former presidential advisor of Dr. Edgar Chagwa. And the other thing that made ECL lose was the running mate. Dr. Nkandoluo had taken meal allowances off the students. And then you come and bring her as running mate. What else is she going to remove? What else is she going to do? And then she didn't work well as a member of parliament of Manali. So there was a lot of mistakes that you made, which you have to own up and don't throw it on other people. Even now, Bill 7 goes to HH. The PF will look for who to blame. Brian Mundubile, it's your fault. Kasama, they didn't win. Brian Mundubile, it's your fault. Everything they find somebody to blame. And I ask myself, are you guys really opposition? Because opposition, you must be tough and to stand with your people and not blaming your people. Have you ever seen anything that goes wrong in UPND? Even now, up to today, have you ever seen UPND issuing statements and doing newspaper and commenting about their leaders? They will support every wrong and talk to themselves in the dark corner. But you guys come to social media to publicize. What are you publicizing? Who are you trying to impress?
To evaluate and give them a report in terms of the chances of EPF defending power in 2021. And I presented the report in October in September and October, before Central Committee, it was my first time I went to State House, and it was my first time I was meeting President Lungu as an independent political consultant. In my short analysis I presented to the Central Committee, I made a position which I want to emphasize.
Right.
My position was, if elections were held in end of 2019 or in 2020, ECL and the PF would lose by 70 to 75%. I gave even a percentage in terms of the performance.
That was before you were appointed.
Before I was appointed as a consultant.
Right.
Because you need to understand where I was appointed.
Yes.
Because the Honorable Sampa and many other PF people don't understand where I was appointed. But the people who are in that Central Committee, Professor Luo, Honorable Kampiongo, name it, Honorable Winda himself, Mama Inonge Winner, they were in that Central Committee. I stood before Central Committee chaired by sitting president. And I said, if elections were held anytime between now, October and 2020, Your Excellency, PF would lose, would only get less than 40%, most likely 35, 36%, and you lose power. Do you know what happened in that Central Committee meeting?
No.
People became angry, started hitting tables.
That is PF for you.
SG, where did you get this young man insulting a president? These are treasonable statements. I heard those statements. I was accused of committing what? Making treasonable statements. That I was threatening President Lungu that he would lose. In 2019 in October. It's not on record.
So you see, that is Zumani Zimba, he stated. He advised. Then you Mao Sampa, you come from someone say with his theories, doctor theories. You people should be working together. Call the same doctor theories, doctor theories. How do you think we should work together in order for us to win a kind of Chlem? Not fighting him, not making posts on your page. He was simply clarifying, because many of you people are saying the Tonse alliance of Mundubile is illegal. He has done a Chabinga. And some people even comparing Mundubile to Chabinga. No, he's not Chabinga. He's not the level of Chabinga. He's highly educated, speaks better English. He was debating in parliament all the time. He stood as a leader of opposition until Mao Sampa removed him as leader of opposition and put Chabinga there, a grade 5 failure. So who do you blame at the end of the day? So before you try to take someone's dirt out of their nose, start from your nose first. Zumani Zimba, like me, we're independent people who've come in to help. Every day we're being insulted. Every day we're being said A, B, C, D. And we're telling you, this person that you're going in a battle with is not somebody that you go and be fighting each other. What they are doing is divide, and you're not listening to our advice. You're not listening to anything we say. So what do? We watch you. But for me, personally, and according to my followers and, our network, we have endorsed Brian Mundubile as the president of Zambia, incoming, and Tassila Lungu, the vice president. So you have to all come together and support these people. And nobody is forcing you, but because we are looking at a leader of credibility. You have messed up a lot. Zambians forgave you. And even Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Zumani Zimba said in his interview to say, look, I may forgive, but does that mean that I should bring that person to come and work close to me? You understand? You can't take away PF party. And what the only legacy Edgar Lungu left, which is Tonse Alliance, you also want to own it, hijack it, take over. Come on, guys. You're messing up. Come on. Let's do things the right way. Let's unite. Period.
Antonio Mwanza was the media director, was in that meeting. You can ask him. Arik Tembo's direct administration PF, he was in that meeting. Honorable Davis Miller was the SG, he was in that meeting. I made the prediction that PF was a sinking Titanic ship in October 2019.
Yeah.
I was not at State House, I was just a consultant. They were angry, they fought me, they criticized me. But President Lungu, in his wisdom, to close that noise which rose against me, he told them, and Honorable Inongewin also supported me, and Honorable Davis Muila, Defense Minister. They were the three people that supported me. I still remember very well. The president said, Dr. Zimba, this man standing before us is not PF, he's a consultant.
Yeah.
He's like a medical doctor. So he has assessed us. Now he has told us that we suffer from these diseases. Why do we want to crucify him? Why can't we ask him to give us a remedy? We shouldn't threaten him. He's telling us his views based on his independent observations. So don't force him to praise us or to say we are winning when he believes we are going to lose. He's like a doctor who has prescribed and who has identified an illness. So please, let's cooperate with him. He may be the right person to give us recommendation for the treatment. And that was the end of the meeting.
Did you hear that? Dr. Edgar Chagolungu said, let's work with him. He might be the right person to give us treatment. We are now telling you, we are recommending you that the best candidate you should work with is Brian Mundubile and Tasila Lungu Vice. You're not listening. You are not listening. Look what happened. He advised you. This is what we need. You didn't listen. What happened? You lost. So, for those who listen, let us follow Tonse Alliance. Let us go. Tonse Alliance is not registered. It doesn't matter. We are looking at the SPV, the Special Purpose Vehicle, which will be announced to the Zambian people to say this is a vehicle, this is a political party we're standing on for this election. Tonse is an alliance of over 18 political parties and many civil society organizations. So how dare you call it an illegal Congress? Because even the Patriotic Front cannot even have a meeting at the moment in the name of PF. If they do, there will be an injunction that can take them to jail. So, are you guys ready for change, or you still want to be fighting with Chaminga to court every time? Because as far as I'm aware, Akainde Chilema will give back the Patriotic Front in 2027. But then if he feels that Chaminga is not useful, it will never come back. So what's the best decision and solution that you need to do is to rally behind somebody who has the MPs, a large following, the grassroots, and the VIP that we have, and then you win this election and collect your party, and we continue. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting for a very long time in this regime. In this regime, you wait and wait and wait.
December 20th, I received a phone call to go to State House. I went to State House. I was asked if I could work with President Lungu to help him politically. I said yes. An appointment letter was given to me around 11 hours, and 14 hours I was sworn in. Against the background of what I presented, which sounded politically toxic. So even at the time I was going to State House, I was going there, I was being hired to help to rescue a sinking Titanic. ECA was fully aware of my position. Help me. This thing is now sinking. Your observations, which were fought against as a consultant, I've also received many other reports. You are correct.
So you see why Edgar Lungu liked Zumani Zimba. If you watch the full interview, Zumani Zimba also shares that Edgar Lungu had an appointment with him every week, twice a week, on a Tuesday and I think a Thursday or something. And those days were strategic days to speak about Tonse. And Zumani Zimba said ECL would block out everything else and would just be with Zumani Zimba. And everybody knew that those days were blocked out for Zumani Zimba. So then why would you come and start disrespecting Tonse Alliance, a legacy of ECL? Come on, my elders. Do the right thing. We are ready to embrace. Even Mundubile has said it. Come, we work together.
I want you as my advisor to help me to redeem the PF and to try to help us to retain power amid these challenges of the likelihood of losing. So I was jumping on the ship through a helicopter because the ship was at the center of the ocean and drowning. I tried my best. But
you see, he tried his best, but it didn't work. So yesterday, the incoming president shared in a live video as well. He was calling on all leaders to come.
From Kurila, I want to welcome you most sincerely. Thank you for taking time to come and
Okay? Keep preaching peace, unity, and love among us. That's what Mundubile said. So why are you wasting time? Join the winning team. The train has taken off. Let us go. Let us go before it's too late. Let us go before it's too late. Let us go.
If you're a UK homeowner and you're
BM8, Zambian upcoming president to take over from the failure of HH and his government. Support Brian Mundubile. Apatwafika nombani Mundubile Apatwafika nombani Mundubile Apatwafika nombani Mundubile Bye guys, take care. That's the clarity on the Tonse Alliance. Brian Mundubile is a legit president of Tonse, and he will be on the ballot. We have a candidate. We are no longer aspiring and contesting in a political party. We are already on the ballot, and Brian Mundubile will be on the ballot as a president, and he will win the president of Zambia. And Tasila Longo, the vice president, endorsed by me, Tabesha.